Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Eva and today I'm going to share about what I mean when I talk about your true nature. So what is your true nature? Because you probably heard me talking about it a lot in like those short talks, in the guided meditations, on Zoom, next elevation. So I always refer connecting to your true nature, opening up to your true nature and all of that. So I kind of want to share what I mean with your true nature. So first of all, always depending in which level of consciousness you are, you have a different experience and understanding of who and what you are and what this reality is. So this changes from witnessing consciousness, self-realization, unity consciousness, and Brahman consciousness. The understanding changes. So basically, self-realization, so these are just the levels I went through, and I usually talk about. You have the understanding you're not your body, you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not all the stuff that's going on in the human. You're basically more the observer from the background. So you're observing this body mind going through this reality. And then in unity consciousness, the boundaries of the small self dissolve and you become one with everything. So you're the capital S self, so the big self, you become everything that exists in creation. And for example, the I thought falls away, the ego steps into the background. So there are just certain things happening in each level. And then there is Brahman, and Brahman is probably the most dramatic change in experience. This is when you basically step outside of creation and observe this reality from outside of creation. And this is where the understanding came in for me. So the individual dissolves. So before, in all the levels before, there is still individual experiencing. So even unity consciousness, the individual is experiencing the oneness. And then in Brahman, the individual falls away. So there is just, when the individual falls away, there is just beingness. And this is when I talk about your true nature. This is what I refer to, the pure beingness. So just existence itself. There is no individual anymore that's existing. So existence is existing through your vessel. That's the best way I can describe it. The thing is, it's kind of hard to talk about because it needs to be experienced to be understood. But certain attributes come with that. So if you're pure beingness, there are it's basically, it's empty and full at the same time, but I'm just going to talk about it so that you can have an understanding of it, even though it's probably different than you think from an experiential level. But this is what I'm helping with, and what so when you do work with me, this is what I'm pulling you towards. So your true nature, the pure beingness, and certain attributes are coming with that. And those ones, so basically it's liberating the beingness from the human. And the human is just the piled up stuff from that you piled up throughout your human life. For example, so all sorts of stuck energy, so emotions that haven't been processed, experiences that haven't been processed, traumatic experiences, also positive experiences, just everything that's stuck in the system, misunderstandings, false beliefs, past life influences, ancestral influences. So there is just a lot influencing the human part of our system. It's basically piled up on top, and underneath is the pure beingness. And to be here and have a fully human experience and fully allow the human experience to happen, we have to experience first that we are this pure beingness to become the fully human again. So this is just how it works. And what's happening there is, so there are certain attributes. I'm just sharing a few. And basically in my work, so I help you to remove all the human stuff, that you eventually have access to the liberation from the human stuff, that you have access to your true nature. So it's always being pulled forward, you're connected to that. So it happens over and over again. It pulls you towards it. The journey is going to going to be different for everybody. So just that you know, there's how it's going to manifest and how you going to experience your true nature eventually. It's very different for everybody. And this is the beauty of this work, because there is no like one path that applies to everybody in exactly the same way. So there is as many paths as there are humans on this, in this reality, I guess. So the pure beingness, it always exists, it never dies. There is no right or wrong, there is no true or false. It's just there. And it's just having this human experience, and it's fine with everything that's there, because to be able to have access to the true nature fully, the human part has to be fully surrendered. So everything is just perfect as it is. There's no mistakes. Life energy is flowing through us and is giving us this human experience, and whatever we're experiencing is exactly how we're supposed to experience it. And basically, from the true nature point of view, this is how it is. So everything is perfect. There is no mistakes. And you can just live like that from there. And there are a lot of other things coming with that. For example, living in the present moment. So yes, of course, in a lot of different levels of consciousness before, especially in unity consciousness, in the refinement stage, living in the present moment gets more and more refined and more of your experience. But really living in the present moment happens when the Brahman comes in, because everything only appears when you look at it, when you experience it, and then it collapses again. So creation is just there when you observe it, when you see it. That's it. So there is like, this is really living in the present moment. Then just a few other things. Human desires fully fall away. So they're still there. They can still be there in unity consciousness, and it's totally fine, you know. But it's just a different level. Like they like wiped out. You don't even have access. Then there is no karma being accumulated there, because the system is so open and surrendered. Then not new karma can get stuck in the system. You have experiences. That's all it is. They can be like joyful. They can be annoying, whatever they are. They're just there in the present moment. And then they fully leave the system. So no karma can be accumulated. And there's just a lot more. But to keep this video kind of to the point and short, I probably do another video eventually, or a talk where I can go more in detail. But it's really your true nature is the Brahman, where you know, I'm not an individual, I'm actually not a human, I'm just having a human experience, and this is not from the mind. So not the mind knows that. It's like the true nature comes forward so much that you just know from there. So you know from your true nature that you are not a human. And this was basically when I had to shift into Brahman. This is the understanding came in, and this was liberation. This was like the biggest liberating understanding of this whole spiritual journey. I'm just pure beingness. I'm not a human. And but then like afterwards, there are stages afterwards, or there are integration of that happening afterwards, so that you basically in the end fully accept this human experience, and you fully enjoy it, and you make the best out of it. And it's basically, that's the goal, to go through this whole process, to kind of then know, okay, you just have the understanding, I'm pure beingness. I have a human part here going on, and I'm just living this part here, and I'm fine with that 100%. Okay, but your true nature, when I refer to that, it's just pure beingness, it's pure existence, is Brahman, so it's beyond creation, and it's hard to explain. You have to experience it, but like I said, a lot of attributes come with it, and I help you bring in these attributes no matter where you are, in which level of consciousness, and even though you don't really want to raise your level of consciousness. You just say you want to heal your human system. It doesn't really matter. It's all about having these attributes in your experience. And I talk about it a lot. It's really, you become more aligned with your life experience. So the human part becomes more aligned with your life experience. Life becomes more of a flow. It's just the unfolding of experience in the present moment, and that's it. So it's really simple. Life gets really, really simple. There's not much to it. That's all. So the reason for a human experience, like there is no deeper meaning except experiencing this life. This is the deepest meaning and the reason why we're here. Yeah, so I hope you got an understanding of what I mean when I talk about your true nature. So again, doing like, you can do these YouTube videos, you can then eventually join my healing sessions again, or connect to Next Elevations. It also helps you to pull yourself towards your true nature. And yeah, and then life just gets more enjoyable, gets easier. It feels, you just feel aligned. You feel like you belong, you're there, you're supposed to do exactly what you do. There are no mistakes. Life is a perfect orchestration. And it's just a very beautiful way of experiencing this life. So yeah, let me know if you have any further questions. And yeah, okay. Thank you so much for watching. See you for the next video. Bye-bye.